What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch back here with another NFL video. In this video, I'm going to count down my top 20 defensive free agents for the 2020 NFL offseason. Before I give you my list of the best defensive free agents available, spike the like button and subscribe to the Bottom Line View for more NFL free agency videos. Let me know in the comment section below, who do you want your team to sign on the defensive side of the football and why? Let's kick it off at number 20 with defensive lineman Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams is a solid player. He's a really good run defender and has the capability of being a dominant pass rusher. He's just been a bit too inconsistent. He's only 25 though, meaning he could still develop into that all-around game-wrecking type of defensive lineman that every team wants. It's just a little difficult to pay someone big-time money when he hasn't proven it. At number 19, safety Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward played a huge role for the 49ers breakout defense in 2019. He's the type of invaluable safety that every good defense needs. Someone who can match up with a tight end, slot receiver, or play deep in the secondary. He's that kind of Swiss Army knife type of player that's super valuable to the Seattle scheme 49er defense. Ward had his best season by a wide margin in 2019, ranking 6th among all safeties. Maybe the first round pick has broken out after all. At number 18, defensive lineman Shelby Harris. Harris had 6 sacks last season, got his big mitts on the football 9 times. The issue with Harris is he's more of a 2-down guy. The most snaps he's actually ever played was 60% in 2019. But teams looking to beef up with a big man to stuff the run and make an impact as a pass rusher on early downs will look to sign Harris. At number 17, defensive lineman Javon Hargrave. Hargrave has gone under the radar early in his career because of the studs around him. Hayward, Tuitt, and of course Watt. He put together arguably his best season in 2019, ranking 8th among interior defensive linemen, becoming really a more well-rounded player. Hargrave has 10.5 sacks over the last 2 seasons. For a 300-pound nose tackle, that's pretty impressive. At number 16, edge defender Bud Dupree. Hargrave's teammate Dupree finally put up those sack totals that everybody loves, which might get him paid. 11.5 sacks in 2019. His previous career high was 6. That's a massive jump for Dupree at just the right time. PFF ranked him as the 24th best edge defender in 2019. He's always been very good versus the run. The question is, were those sacks a product of TJ Watt taking all the attention away? I don't know. It's tough to call. Dupree is only 26, and a team not willing to pay for Clowney could see Dupree as a cheaper option in a similar role. At number 15, Kyle Van Noy, edge defender. I love Kyle. He has swag. He'll bring it to any defense he joins. He's extremely smart on the field and almost never makes a mistake. With the Patriots defense, Van Noy has been asked to play a variety of roles, inside or outside linebacker, and recently playing along the line of scrimmage to set the edge and get after the quarterback. PFF ranked him as the 16th best edge defender in 2019. Van Noy can really do it all, whether that's rush, blitz, cover, or defend the run. And he's been a massive part of 2 Super Bowl championships in 2016 and 2018 for the Patriots. At number 14, another edge defender, Matt Judon. Pro Bowler in 2019, Judon was a chess piece for the Ravens, who have done an incredible job moving him around and putting him in optimal spots to maximize his skill set. He was by far the Ravens' most productive pass rusher this year, with a career-high 9.5 sacks and 4 forced fumbles. 4th in the NFL in quarterback hits with 33. Judon is the type of chess piece that a defensive coordinator who's very creative would love to utilize. At number 13, safety Devin McCourty. D-Mac is one of the game's best free safeties, ranking 8th by PFF, and he was spectacular in coverage. Collected 5 interceptions in 2019, the most he's had since 2012. D-Mac is smart. He has great speed and can cover in man or zone. He's the leader of the best secondary in football and a 3-time Super Bowl champion. If he doesn't return to New England, he will be an awesome, valuable piece to any team's culture and coverage. At number 12, cornerback Chris Harris. Chris Harris can still play. I'm telling you, he can still ball. Shutting down numerous top receivers in 2019. A great slot corner like Harris is essential to any great defense. Harris actually played a lot on the outside in 2019. So the team that does sign him, shift him back to the inside, and you could see him be even more dominant. At number 11, Dante Fowler. Fowler has always had the talent. It's just been about consistency. Can he put it together consistently? And in 2019, he did. He racked up 11.5 sacks, 16 quarterback hits, and 35 pressures. Athletically, Fowler is elite. He's only 25, and he's capable of being the best player on a defense in any given game. Number 10, Corey Littleton. Littleton is a phenomenal athlete, the type of linebacker that you want in this day and age in the NFL. He impacts the passing game. He can run. He can cover at an elite level, ranking 7th overall by PFF in 2019 with 2 interceptions, 3.5 sacks. Littleton is young. He's the type of linebacker who could be the missing piece for many defenses across the NFL. At number 9, DJ Reader. Reader is an interior force and one of the more underrated big men in the league. In 2019, Reader went from being a great run stuffer to a more complete player, also working on his pass rush, tallying 13 quarterback hits and 12 pressures. He uses power really well to bully opposing linemen, both in the running game and to push pockets back in the passing game. Number 8, safety Justin Simmons. In 2019, Simmons broke out, ranking 2nd among all safeties by PFF with 4 interceptions on the season. Simmons possesses great height and ability to play the ball. What really stood out to me was his man coverage on tight ends. Simmons allowed just 52% completion and a passer rating of 43.6 into his coverage in 2019. Teams with man-heavy schemes that love athletic safeties, I think will pay up for Simmons. At number 7, safety Anthony Harris. Harris is constantly around the ball. In 14 games, he had 6 picks. PFF ranked him as the number 1 safety this past season. And he also had a league-high coverage grade. Harris allowed only a 44.2 passer rating into his coverage. He's a ball hawk. He's a solid tackler. He is a great deep and middle of the field safety. At number 6, Eric Armstead. Armstead led the Niners in sacks with 10, finished 2nd in pressures with 35. The question is, how much of it was Bosa? How much of it was Ford and Buckner? Armstead did rank 6th for the edge position in 2019, so at least part of it was Armstead. He has great versatility to play inside, to play outside, and is excellent versus the run, ranking 4th. At 6'7", 292 pounds, you aren't going to be moving Eric Armstead very much. I don't know if he's a 10 sack a season type of guy, but his ability to play well anywhere in any scheme, I think will make him valuable to a lot of teams. At number 5, Shaq Barrett. Shaq had a massive season, a massive breakout season in 2019, leading the NFL in sacks with 19.5 and contributing 51 total quarterback pressures. I was a huge Shaq Barrett guy before he broke out, and I was a huge fan of the Bucs signing him, but seeing him take over like this was a little bit surprising. In Tampa Bay, he finally really got a chance to start and play consistently, and he showed off. That being said, I don't really think he's able of replicating 19.5 sacks again. I don't know many players in the history of football who are replicating 19.5 sacks. It's an incredibly difficult task, especially considering the amount of sacks that really came unblocked. Regardless though, Barrett is a disruptive edge player who has the versatility to not just get after the quarterback, but also contain the run, drop into coverage. I'd just be a little bit cautious. At number 4, Jadeveon Clowney. Clowney is a beast, a defender who can change a game with his pure athleticism. He's not an elite pass rusher, but what he is an elite run defender who's a very good pass rusher. His freakish speed and acceleration also makes him a great blitzer from the inside, outside, or really anywhere. It doesn't matter. PFF ranked him as the 20th best edge defender in 2019, leading the Seahawks with 30 pressures on the season. That's almost 2 times second place Quinton Jefferson. At number 3, Yannick Ngakoue. Ngakoue is one of the NFL's best young pass rushers with rare talent to take the football away from quarterbacks. Ngakoue has 4 straight seasons with at least 8 sacks, leading the NFL in forced fumbles with 6 in 2017. He's only 24, meaning he's only going to get better. At number 2, the biggest, best corner on the market, Byron Jones. Jones is the type of corner that will impact an entire defense. In my opinion, he is one of the 10 best corners in the game, and he often locks down the opposing number 1 receiver. Allowing only 53% completion into his coverage this season, Jones has the physicality, leaping ability, and length to cover larger receivers, which majority of those guys are number 1 receivers. And pretty good speed, so he won't get burnt by the burners. Pro Bowler in 2018, PFF ranked him as the 14th best corner this season. He will likely become the highest paid corner in the league this offseason. And at number 1, Chris Jones. Chris Jones is arguably the second best interior defensive lineman in the NFL. You could argue he's the best player outside of Aaron Donald on defense. You could argue that he was the best player in the Super Bowl. Chris Jones is a terror, a game changer, game wrecker, and easily the best player in this free agency class. In 2019, Jones put up 9 sacks in 13 games. PFF ranked him as the second best pass rusher at the interior defensive lineman position, only behind Aaron Donald. He is only 25 and will transform any defense overnight. I hope you guys enjoyed this top 20 defensive free agents of the 2020 NFL offseason. If you did, Gronk spike the like button and subscribe to the Bottom Line View. It's been Mitch. Peace.